Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Gospel of Two Wheels, number 71, which is kind of crazy. We've been doing this 71 times. That's awesome. And as always, the coffee is hot, the bikes are fast, and the comments are ridiculous. I really hope that you guys all get over here from Facebook. For some reason, the Facebook app has decided that I can't do a live thing on my phone. At least I can't figure it out. The app just changed and made it a way more like Instagram. And so anyway, I can't do Facebook. So hopefully you guys are popping on over here from Facebook. I put a post there that gives the link and everything. I'm going to try to get this sorted out. If I can't get it sorted out with my phone, I will absolutely figure out a way to broadcast on both at the same time. Good morning, Paul Yancey. Did you see the post on Facebook? I hope that you did. I hope that everybody is seeing it over there. I'm super sorry that I don't have this going live on Facebook. I know a lot of you guys would rather see it over there, but it is what it is. So, yeah, I know. Brian Weishman, thanks. Technology. I wish they would quit updating the app. Anyway, whatever. I like the way it worked. Maybe give me little updates that are nice, but anyway, looks like people are popping in, getting more viewers over here on the YouTubes. Yeah. Anyway, so welcome to Gospel Two Wheels. It is gray and beginning to snow outside. Conditions report would be that it is, thanks, Shane, Jimmy, what's happening, Roger Hurd, how's it going? Nice. Roger's got me on a 55-inch TV. That's awesome. Yeah, what a crazy week we've had so far. Sunday, I rode my dirt bike for the first time in 2.5 months. It was supposed to be 3, I know. Brady Meadow, what's happening? Sorry about the Facebook deal, guys. If you're just joining me, the app on my phone has changed, and they're not doing live. I bet they're going to fix that, but right now it's not working. So, yeah, rode the dirt bike at Rabbit Valley in 50-degree weather. It was brilliant with my kids. It was awesome and so good, and now it's snowing and really cold. Roger, I know, dude, you better, bring me down in size. My ugly face might mess lots of things up. Hey, Shannon Hensley, how's it going? Jimmy, I'm going to get to your question on the Facebooks here shortly. Brian Weishman, thank you so much for the support on Patreon. And everybody, honestly, Bill Bunt, what's happening? Bowman Films, what's happening, John Bowman? Guys, thank you so much. The Patreon support has been surprising and honest and awesome. I've got the patron t-shirts in, so pretty stoked about that. I'm going to grab them and show them off because I'm excited. So, for the folks who decide to support us on Patreon, like I said, I cannot express my gratitude. It really is just amazing. But so there's a special deal for guys that do that. There's that awesome shirt, and there's the front with the patron, only for the guys that are doing that, guys and girls. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me over here on YouTube. If it's not your normal thing, if you're watching and you haven't typed something in to say hi, please do, because I can't see. It doesn't show me that you're watching like the Facebook thing does. So yeah, I rode my dirt bike. I'm so excited. The hip felt great. I didn't crash, so that was awesome. I rode with my kids, and it was seriously perfect weather. A little snow and a little mud in places, but it was really good. Rabbit Valley, if you've never ridden there, is about an hour and a half from Montrose. It's up. You go to Grand Junction and then west towards the Utah border. I don't know where my mom is, actually, Roger. I'm sure she'll be in here shortly, hopefully. But But Rabbit Valley is a really cool place. It's right on the border of Colorado and Utah. It's a lot of red rock, sandstone, sandy zone that is really fun. And then you can actually ride into Utah from there really easily. Super cool. Yeah, Primal Enduro. I'm back in the saddle, and it makes me feel so happy. Tori Anderson, what's going down? Being back on the motorcycle is just glorious. I test rode a motorcycle the other day, like at the shop, and I'm like, that's it. I got to ride. Shannon Hensley, with or without doctor's approval, I would say without, technically, or my wife's approval. My wonderful, awesome, super rad wife, who takes very good care of me and keeps me safe generally, she left for work for a week. She's in Arizona, and the boys said, I really want to go ride dirt bikes, and so we went and rode dirt bikes. It was great. I took it super easy. I'm not going to make any dumb mistakes. Well, that's not that's not true. I'm the king of dumb mistakes. So it was good. Didn't have any issues. It was awesome. Actually, it was really cool because it was like the only place you could really ride, because it's sandy enough that the snow melting doesn't make a super muddy situation. And so like all my friends were there. It was cool. Nicole Bradford was there. Dave Fawn was there. Mick Holloway was there. It was really great to run into everybody. It was awesome. Tori Anderson says, at least you weren't racing before the orthopedic surgeon cleared you for, yeah, I know. And actually it's funny. Yeah, I wanted to go racing really bad. And Paul says it's always easier to ask for forgiveness. That's totally true. Yeah. And my wife is an amazing, wonderful woman who I actually sent her pictures before I posted them on the Facebooks. And she, her, I think exact quote was, you better keep the rubber side down or you're going to have some splaining to do. So I did do it. It was good. It was an awesome day. Let me to Jimmy Neihart's question real fast before we continue rambling on about riding dirt bikes. Anyway, it's great. And by the way, seriously, guys, shoot me all of your questions on, I try to post the night before these things on Facebook for people to send me questions. I'm super happy to ask. Also, you can always email them to me at morgan@highland-cycles.com, and I will definitely get to them. A great friend of ours, Don Bobbs, has been sending me really great questions that I've been putting into the Daily Schlag. So it's been awesome. But Jimmy asks, first of all, Roger Hurd, how many guys are coming with me? So far, just one that I know of 100%. Well, I think 100%. So we'll see. But maybe a couple more. Unless anybody here wants to come with me to Arizona, go ride dirt bikes with Roger. That's going to be awesome. So Jimmy asks, he says, Ola Kimasabi, which if that's the way you spell Kimasabi, I'm stoked because that's a fun word. He said, hey man, any recommendations on handheld GPS and crash resistant bar mounts? We like to explore, but also like to get back before dark. Thanks. That's awesome. That's a great question. Brady, Arizona is the same weekend as the NHHA in Texas. February 21st through the 24th is when I'm going to be gone. Roger, that's awesome. Room for that's going to be plenty. So handheld GPSs. I don't use GPS that often on my dirt bike. I kind of like the adventure of just going. But so the main recommendation I have is I've got Avenza and Cotrex on this phone. Avenza's awesome. And Avenza's really cool because you can download maps that look like you're like looking at the map, like the paper map. It's really cool. It's like a picture, but it shows you on the thing. And it works on your phone, so you don't have to have another thing. It also works without cell coverage. So once you've downloaded the map into your phone, It uses your phone's GPS, and it's really sweet. You can track your ride. You can see how fast you're going and the distance and all that stuff. It's really nice. Cotrex is phenomenal for Colorado. It's only in Colorado, and it's totally free. And it does kind of the same thing, but it's anyway. And so both Cotrex and Avenza, like I said, you can use your phone without cell coverage. So that's really what I use. Jimmy, I just saw you say something. Brady says Garmin Montana with the RAM mount works perfect. I also have that exact setup. I have the Garmin Montana with the RAM mount. It's super burly. Brady says, did you say Cotex or Cotex? It's Cotrex. That's awesome. Brady says, I just got on an off-road and it seems to be really good. Avenza is good also. So the Montana is really good because it's a GPS. The accuracy is really good. It's made by Garmin, so I mean that's awesome. But it's another thing on the bars, and I just don't like having stuff on my bars. And I've found that unless I'm like boondocking where there is no trail, I don't really need to like look at the thing like while I'm moving. And so like I just, even when I carry my Montana, I just put it in my backpack and I pull it out when I'm lost and looking for where I need to go. But the RAM mounts are awesome. RAM mounts are brilliant. Like they're super burly and you can get them for any kind of thing. Jimmy said, okay, I've lost signal up in the mountains and battery died for sure. If you're going to use Avenza or Rever is another one, or there's a lot of apps on your phone. If you're going to use the phone, you need to make sure that the app works without cell coverage. You need to B, charge your phone up before you go and then turn it onto airplane mode so that it's not always looking for a signal, because that really chews up battery. Because I've had with both the Cotrex and Avenza, I've had my battery fully charged and turned off the cell coverage, so turn it on to airplane mode and had it last like, more than 8 hours. Actually, the day we did the what am I trying to say? The day we did the Death March this year, I only had the phone. I had it turned on airplane mode. It lasted the 12 and a half or 13 hours we rode that day. So, but like I said, I had the thing off. I had the airplane mode on so that it wasn't constantly looking for cell signal. And Brady says, or get a jumper that will charge your phone all day for sure. And actually, if you've got a bike without a Kickstarter, which a lot of them are now, even the new 2-stroke KTMs, and it's not a bad idea to have that Get charger, and that's GET, all capitals. You can also, Anti-Gravity makes a phenomenal one, and you can just recharge your phone. It's all good. Roger Hood says like riding an enduro, trying to look down and ride. Yeah, forget that. That's why I don't run the bar mounted GPS. I mean, the Trail Tech one is pretty cool now, especially they got the color screen and all that stuff. The problem with that is that it's locked onto your bike and you're not going to carry it with you. You can't carry it with you. So I like the Garmin stuff better because you can take it off, carry it, and you can use it driving. Actually, my Garmin I've used driving more than I've ever used it on a dirt bike. Brady says Kickstarters are for young, healthy dudes. I agree. Although my hip is feeling good, I think I'll be kickstarting things here soon. Jimmy says, what's a Kickstarter? Fair enough. So Jimmy, since you make that comment, I would highly recommend that Get battery pack or Anti-Gravity or one of the multitude of other ones out there. Garrett says he thinks he's racing in Arizona in March. Let me see if I think we're good. Primal Enduro said at least jumper cables for sure. Something to be said about that. Just a quick little tech tip from a guy who works on motorcycles all the time. The I always thought, I just take little tiny jumper wires that I use to like test electrical stuff. Don't do that. Don't take that tiny little wire for your jumper cables for your battery because they will catch on fire. Roger Hurd says kickstart faster than electric. That's 100% true. On the start line of a National Hare and Hound, I can tell you for sure that a Kickstarter will light that bike faster than any e-starts ever dreamed of. Tori Anderson says Kickstarts are for peasants. I do love my button for just trail riding. It's awfully nice, but I agree with Roger. Starting a race when a start matters, and it's a dead engine, that is. So the Kickstart is awesome. And Brady, not upside down on a side hill for sure. That's where the e-start is the key, man. When you're like all twisted up and like trying to get the thing started, that's where the e-start is absolutely key. That and endurocross races, you stop, you can bump start the thing before you even put your foot down. It's really nice. So yeah, and I like having Kickstart backup, but actually in the Schlog that will be out today, if you guys haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do and click the notification bell because I upload daily now, the daily Schlog, at least the days that we're open, and they come the day after the day that they happen, just so you know. So we upload Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and actually usually the other days of the week too with something, but I did mention this, that people are whining and complaining about no Kickstarter on the 4-stroke fuel-injected KTMs. Well, I have to tell you that if your battery is all the way dead, like all the way dead, a Kickstarter is not going to help you at all, because the way KTM works their system is that the stator just charges the battery runs the fuel and the ignition and all that stuff. So if the battery's dead, it doesn't matter if you Kickstart it or not. Shane McNabb, a compass and a map, absolutely. That's actually not a bad idea. At least a compass, or a compass. Anyway, at least a compass so you can tell which way you're going if you're in like the dense trees back east. Here in the west, you just go up to the top of a hill and you can see. Andreas Magic button is brilliant. Bryce Davis says the Trail Tech can be dismounted. It's just really bulky. Yeah, fair enough. I like the Trail Tech because you can get the cool protector and things like that so you don't break it, but then that just makes it really hard to get off. Brady said GNCCs are dead engine and all them slow e-starts are getting hole shots. Well, I would say, Brady, that's probably because every bike on the line is an e-start. Honestly, really, I think you're hard pressed to find a pro rider on a bike that doesn't have an e-start. So Jimmy says, yes, sir. Been there. No fuel pump, no fuel pump buzz, no fire for sure. Suzo says, I don't want to even talk about it. So Brady, I'm going to have to ban you from the channel if you ever say Suzuki again. Oh, I'm just kidding. But the Suzuki's, anyway, we don't need to talk about Suzuki. No one rides a Suzuki anywhere near me. The only guy I know that owns a Suzuki, a modern Suzuki, is a dude who bought it as a spare bike because it was so cheap. I think he got the thing for, I don't know, like $6,000 out the door for a brand new 450. But anyway, yeah. So Jimmy says, yeah, man, riding PA mountains, not fun getting lost up there, jagged, rocky trail, snow and ice. Yeah, I would. Yeah, like I would imagine back like out here in the West, you get lost and you can definitely end up on the wrong side of a ravine and like down in a hole that's not much fun to get out of, but it's pretty hard to get truly lost because you can always kind of get to a high point and look out. That's why I like living in the West, is I can look out and I can breathe. I would have a hard time back east with all the trees. They're beautiful, but I'm not a fan. Race Gas 247. Who do you got for the win at Supercross this weekend? Honestly, I think Tomac's going to win. He's on a streak, I think. Brady, that's why I'm getting ready to ride yellow. Are you really going to ride a yellow bike? Let me know. They are cheap. Garrett says it's a good thing I have a Yamaha. So Matt Andreas, your buddy kills the Rocky stuff on his O2 RM250. That's a legit RM because it's a 2-stroke and it's good. The 4-strokes, the RMZs, I have not been impressed with, honestly. They might be really good now, but when they first came out, man, they were blow up machines. They were just time bombs. Roger Hurd, best comment so far. You're not lost until you're out of gas. Yes, I love it. I'm not a thumper hater. Come on, the RMZs are not that. I mean, let's be honest, they're not that great. They haven't been that good. Maybe they're good now, but why are they blowing them out so cheap? It's because no one's riding them. And by the way, Brady, I know I love you giving me a hard time. Just so you know, a whole bunch of these dudes here are riding 4-strokes. In fact, I would say let's actually all jump in with a comment whether you ride a 2-stroke or 4-stroke, mostly because I have my favorite bike ever is my XR650, which is obviously a 4-stroke. So comment right now, 2-stroke or 4-stroke, even if you're watching this later, not live. Jimmy, here we go. So I like everything that has knobby tires. 4-strokes matter, absolutely. Tori is on a 300. I know that. Like I said, anything that has knobby tires makes me stoked. Paul, 2-stroke. There we go. Shannon, 500 Alpha 4-stroke for life, says Brady. I like it. Mike Casella, 2-stroke. Garrett, I thought about buying one. Are you talking about the Suzuki? I mean, they're awesome. Brian Weishman, 2-stroke. Roger Hurd, 2-smoker. Bill Bunt, 2-stroke. Primal Enduro, 2-stroke 200 for the win. Which 200 do you have? Is it KTM or is it the new Beta? Scott Gross, 2-stroke all day. Matt Andreas, I ride both. My 2-stroke is getting all the love lately. Fair enough. Well, yeah, because your 2-strokes are brand new. So, I mean, obviously you're going to ride the new bike. Roger Hurd has 3 smokers. Jimmy Neihart, 4-stroke. I'm not 12 anymore. I love it. Primal has the Beta. That's awesome. Brady says if they made a full-size 2-stroke for Big Boy, I might ride one. Yeah, 500 would be sweet. You need a 500 or a 7,000. I'm fat shaming Brady, and it's all good because he gives me a hard time because he's faster than me on his dumb 4-stroke. Matt says the 2-stroke is much better in the tight and technical for sure. Shane McNabb says 4-stroke. Shane, did you ever get that sorted out with your KX? Did you figure out why it's coming apart like that? Let me know. I would love to know just for my own edification. I just used a big word. Obviously, you guys know I love 2-strokes. I just like 2-strokes. I mean, yeah, it's a thing. Like, the thing about the whole 2-stroke, 4-stroke deal is it's such a personal opinion / preference / it's subjective, right? It's not, you can't say one's better than the other. I mean, except for just raw torque, obviously a 4-stroke is better. But as far as, it's all about how you ride. Roger says 700 Mako. Jimmy Neihart says only benefit. I'm not sure which one you're talking about, but there's a few benefits of the 2-stroke. One is that they're lighter feeling, even if they're not lighter, actually lighter. The less rotating mass inside the motor makes them feel a lot lighter. They're a lot cheaper to fix. They don't stall and slow stuff. Yeah, fair enough. Matt asked how I changed my transmission oil. 15, 20 hours, honestly. That's the other thing. Maintenance on 2-stroke, I think, is a lot less. Especially modern, like the KTM modern 2-strokes, dude, you can run 1 million hours on them, and you change the training oil like when you think about it. Do you think 2-stroke because of working on 4-stroke? That's a great question, Scott. Yeah, I honestly, I mean, I love building 4-strokes. I just did 2 350s in the last 2 days. By the way, if you haven't subscribed, do it. Check out the Daily Schlog. Building 350s is like the thing right now. That's what we're doing. Brady, but yeah, honestly, having to work on 4 strokes, like 2 strokes are so simple and cheap and awesome. So that's why. And I just like, I love making sounds. Man, I love it. You guys are like cranking out the comments today. I really appreciate it. Hang on. Primal Enduro, mixing gas, hauling ass. Absolutely. Oh, Brady, I had to address this. Those 700 Makos are piles of junk. Yeah, I have firsthand experience too. They are junk, but they're cool to look at. They look like a cartoon. The motor's so big. Oh, Brady, you should bring the CR500 on the next trip to Colorado just for fun. I'd like to see it and touch it. No one writing them on us or on them. Garrett, I don't know what you're saying. Shane McNabb, sorry you're still having luck. Brian Weichman, single track 2-stroke for the win. If I'm on double track, I prefer a 4-stroke. Too bad I can't afford 2 bikes. That is the problem. I'm in the Northeast. 90% of the bikes in our trails are 300 2-stroke, where it used to be a mix 10 years ago. Fair enough. Gary, yeah, you got one of both. And here's like my personal thing. I had the KTM 250, YZ 250, and then I had a YZ 450 for rental, and then my XR 650, and I had all those bikes, and I had to get rid of one because I decided not to rent bikes anymore. If that's new news, I'm sorry. So I had to get rid of one, and I let the YZ 450 go. I know I'm going to get lots of comments about it's a YZ, not a KTM, blah, blah, blah. It was a brilliant bike. Brady set the suspension up brilliantly, and it was so good. But it's just too much. I'm just not strong enough, honestly. That's what it comes down to. Brady's a big, strong man, strapping young lad. Daniel Malone, the mailman, what's happening? You're over here on the YouTubes. Awesome. Garrett Anderson, is no one riding yellow bikes because of Suzuki or because of riders? Tori, that's awesome. I don't know, man. Well, so Suzuki really did have a really nasty run of bikes being really poorly built. I would say the motors were just not awesome. And so they had a really nasty run there of bikes blowing up a lot and not being good. And I think that's what really hurt them. Also, my guess is their budget for like promotion and racing is smaller because they're not out on the racetrack. They haven't hired a bunch of really hot shoes to run their bikes in Supercross and motocross. And obviously that's what sells bikes, is having them on the racetrack. So that's, yeah. Roger Hurd says TBT is great. Yes, they are. Every last one of them. Right down from Travis Flateau, the founder, to all the franchisees like Brady and everybody else. I love TBT suspension. They will be the only people doing my suspension. In fact, actually, I just sent my rear shock off my YZ250 to Brady to have him set it up because it was set up by a different company. He did my forks and the 450, and I want his stuff in the back, so I'm excited. Dan Malone, 93 RMX 250, Steve's bike. I don't know who Steve is. But dude, RMXs were awesome, but they just didn't, they didn't, take off. Oh yeah. So Brady says Suzuki spending all their money in MotoGP, 60 to 70 million a year. Fair enough. And so Suzuki has always built brilliant, street bike, crotch rockets, sport bikes, whatever you want to call them. And sorry, I didn't know what Steve Hatch rode back then. He rides a KTM now. When I met him, he was riding a KTM. I'm not old enough. Actually, that's not true. And Steve Hatch could win on a freaking bicycle. Let's be honest. That guy is a machine. But yeah, Suzuki's always put more time and effort into road racing because they're really good at it. So, Brady, I am old. I am old, but I'm not old in motorcycle world terms because I only started riding when I was 26. So that's not even been, let's see. Yeah, I was 26 and dangerously close to 20 years of riding dirt bikes. But anyway, so I didn't start riding until late in life. Let's see. What else? So yeah, the thing is, guys, 2-stroke, 4-stroke, doesn't matter as long as it's got knobby tires. Well, and 2 wheels. I like street bikes. Quick little note on why I don't like have a show or something on street bikes and why we don't go nuts about street bikes is because I'm not grown up enough to own one. I spent a night in jail because of one. Well, it's because of my right wrist. Let's not blame the motorcycle. But yeah, I'm not grown up enough to have a fast street bike, so I don't have one. That's why my XR is street legal. Primal Enduro met Hatch at my Jarvis clinic in 17. He was on a gas, which I guess is KTM now. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I met him. It was quite a few years ago, and he was on KTM. I haven't really been keeping up with him. Shane McNabb. I have 3 Suzukis in the shop right now. How are they? Brady, I did do some cool stuff as a youth. I'm pretty happy about that. Roger Hurd, I'm 52, been riding since I was 4, which is awesome. Dan Malone, you're late. So yeah, Brady's been riding since he was 4 also, and now he's 40. So yeah, I'd like to think that even though I didn't start when I was young, I'm making up for the hours in the saddle because I ride a lot, which is awesome because I fortunately chose wisely and moved to Western Colorado where you can ride all the time, and it's brilliant. Although right now maybe is not the best. Actually, right now would be perfect because it's cold out there and it's not muddy. So that's the upside to it being cold. Oh, Dan Malone, you got lag. Dan Malone, do you have a job yet? Hopefully not. Hopefully you're riding dirt bikes. Brady says you probably put 3 times the hours on the bike a year than I do nowadays. For sure. I'm usually good for 150 to 200 hours a year. Bryce Davis for sure. Owning a sport bike is like you either have to have a track close to you and have no lights on it, or you have to be a very much more mature human than me to do that because they are just so fun to go fast on. The one I was on wasn't even a fast one. It was an FZ1 that I went to jail because of, and it was it was not good decision making on my part. But man, was it fun right up until the point I got caught. So yeah, that's why I don't do street bike stuff. I like working on them. So like at the shop, we work on plenty of street bikes. It's just my passion is dirt bikes, so I do that. Dan Malone got an awesome set of knobbies for the Versus 650. That's cool. Right on. And so I love adventure bikes, and I will have another one of those, but they're fast too, is the problem. Oh, man. Brian Weichman, I am sorry to hear that. He says he's lucky to put 30 hours on a bike a year. That is sad. Hey, Brian, I got your note the other day. I get it, though. Man, life is tough sometimes. But at least you get 30 hours. That's better than no hours. It's 30 hours of escape from the junk of life. So that's awesome. Oh, let's see. 1290 hours are stupid fast. Yeah, oh, man. So I had a 990. That I got a ticket on that too. So anything with more than 100 horsepower is too fast for me to own. Shane McNabb started at 43. Awesome. 35 hours on my new bike. I bought it November 1st. Right on, Matt. That is awesome. I'm stoked for you, dude. That's way cool. That's good. And I mean, especially with the winter we've been having, that means you're getting out no matter what. Bryce Davis, even worse is that I road raced for 5 years and was even pretty quick. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's the problem. Garrett Anderson, I had to get rid of my R6 for a YZ250. Good move. Brady Metter, Matt is killing it. Matt Andreas is killing it. He's absolutely crushing it, getting out that much. That is so good. Guys, it's past 8. I got to get my butt to work. We got lots and lots of work at the shop because the days are getting longer and people are realizing that spring is coming. That's awesome. So, Punk Rock Club, thank you for sticking around all the way to the end. Give us the horns if you're watching all the way to the end. We appreciate it. Guys, I love you. You guys mean the world to me. The show means the world to me. Honestly, I'm pretty stressed out right now, and getting up and having this thing to do really helps me focus on not being stressed. So thank you guys so much for watching and commenting and being awesome. You mean the world to me. Get out, spread the gospel of two wheels, guys. Please get more people on dirt bikes. And please, I'm serious. I'm not kidding around any longer. Find some time to ride your dirt bikes.